Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. So, I've gotten some questions and I've gotten a whole lot of love lately, and I really, really appreciate it. You'll understand why I'm doing this in a second. And I really, really appreciate it. So, some of the questions that I just wanted to come on and answer deals with how do I get these things together? How do I stay organized, and where's the time in the day that I have to come up with the things that I come up with. So my goal in everything that I show you and everything that I do is really to make mommying easy, right? Showing you that mommying doesn't have to necessarily be here's a computer, here's a laptop, here's an iPad, sit there because mommy has something to do. You can get all of the things that you have to do as a mom accomplished while also educating, facilitating, and helping your little ones, your littles, and your bigs accomplish whatever they need to accomplish. So one of the things that is key that I found is preparation. Preparation. Making mommying easy is not making mommy less tired. So I don't want there to be any confusion. I am not a superwoman. I am not supernatural. I am not some kind of unicorn or whatever. I am just like you, literally. So some of the things that I do, like when I'm doing shelf life, which is changing over his shelf to make his shelf work for him, I stay up late. I'm constantly researching and I'm constantly finding things that could be helpful for him, following other Montessori moms and seeing what they're doing, reading endlessly. So use my research as your research. Let me help you out so that you don't have to do as much research as me. I also use Alexander's nap time. Now, some of the nap time, I'm getting a lot of mommy's work done because I own a marketing company. So I'm also doing a lot of my own work, but I make sure that I also take the time to reset his areas, right? So his areas, by the time we get to him needing to go to sleep or wanting to take his nap, his areas are not as organized as they should be. He does a really good job putting his toys back. That's something that we worked on, but we have to reset, right? So that when he comes back down and he's refreshed and he's ready to go and his mind is open to all the opportunities that there is of learning, we are not then spending time having to reset, because what that then does is distract him. So then he turns to other things or running around or whatever it is that he turns to, instead of capturing when he is most able to receive learning and receive education, right? So I take my cues from him. I watch. So I definitely have some just watching times where I'm just literally watching him to see what his loves are, to see what he likes at that time, to see what he wants to learn about. And then from there, I facilitate what it is, right? So like right now, we're really into traffic lights, and we've been doing green day, so we're really into green, and building and emotions. So you guys that follow us know where we are, right? So now he's sleeping, so I have literally reset his area, right? So I'll take you around to some of it, so you know that this is his big boy desk. Now he has his big boy school area, where we were using this as just toys. Now we're using it as big boy school. So some of you have seen, like earlier today, we did this activity with different dots. I'm adding an extra level of fun for his dots. Earlier today, I had his dots laid out so that it was easier for him to grab and go. Now I'm giving him an extra level where now he has to take the dots off of here and then facilitate and put them onto his shamrock. I also reset his Alexander City, his traffic area, right? So there's he made that yesterday. We went live, and so you guys saw that yesterday. He has his traffic lights over there. I created this road with him earlier today. So here he has his cars that he can come drive them into his little city and play, right? It is a rainy day outside. He happens to enjoy seeing nature. So I make sure that I have as much nature around him. So I put his city there on purpose because now his city feels like it's outside. I also reset this area. So as he uses his shelf life, his shelf progresses, right? So as he created these yesterday, so now they're in there for him to use open-ended play. This, he has some interest, but not a lot. So I'm probably going to add eggs, which would just be beans, some kind of slimy texture to be a tadpole to get him to have a little more attention there. I have lowered the book and added another basket because now he's doing different things with his color. So now he is at a different place with Color Monster. So that has shifted a little bit. I've added a book to our springtime scene. So he has his rabbits and he has his carrots, and the rabbits are eating the carrots and going in and out of his basket however he chooses to play. But the extra addition is now his book talking about spring, talking about what we see outside, which is the rain and the flowers coming and all of that. This book is bilingual, so it is giving him his English and his Spanish lessons while he does it. Here, he added these. So we have been working on balancing, as you know. He added his own, so I'm letting him do that. So I actually haven't touched this, and I don't plan on touching this because he is doing this on himself. He's finding the things that he wants to weigh and working that out. So I'm not even going to touch it because the way he left it is perfectly fine. I also added something that he hasn't seen yet, which is another sensory bin. As you know, I am a lover of sensory bins completely. So today's sensory bin, so our last sensory bin was outer space. Why? Because he was really, really wanting outer space. Really interested in outer space. He has like an outer space tent that he goes in all the time. He talks about the universe. He talks about outer space. He talks about Saturn and Jupiter and Mars and Earth, crescent moons and all of that. So when I saw that that was his thing, we started pulling that in more, which is why that sensory bin is. Yesterday, he had ice cream and he had sprinkles, and you all know how much Alexander loves sprinkles. Too much, which is so crazy because he's not really a sweet guy, but hey, his thing is sprinkles. So mommy, realizing that he is all about sprinkles right now, created an ice cream sensory bin. So this is the kinetic sand, pink, blue, yellow, bananas, little cones, and sprinkles, scoops, and all of that. So when he comes back, he has a couple of different things that he can do, right? So he will come into his area and he will on his own decide where he wants to go, how long he wants to spend there. The only things that we do really is when he gets to an area and he decides that that's where he wants to be, we help him stay in that space, right? Because we also want to make sure that we are monitoring and working on his attention span and making sure that his attention span is appropriate for his age. So one of the Montessori principles is one, not having as much out. So you're not jumping from activity to activity to activity and your sensors are just all over the place. I think our space has too much stuff, but that's a balance between me and daddy. So this is what works for him. So when he gets to an area, we then come into the space with him and help him to stay in that area. Sometimes that's talking to him about it, putting something down, and then stepping back to allow him to do it, right? Alexander's really attached to us. So, if we go back too far, he'll look and so we still stay within a close proximity, but we really try to allow him to explore and do it all on his own. The other thing that we added yesterday was a puppet area. I am going to do a whole separate video on the puppet area because it's amazing and it just came out of the blue. My goal in life is to make momming easy and make the things that you have in your household work for you. So some of the things that we have in our household, we have had, and though they are not necessarily in everybody's household, because it is in our household, we are finding different ways to use them. It is all about reusing in any way you can. So I just wanted to come on really quickly to just kind of let you know how I use my time, how I am able to accomplish some of the things that I'm able to accomplish with our 2-year-old. And the end of it, the end of it is preparation. If you can prepare, however that looks like for you, finding a nap time, putting the kids down, spending an extra hour, waking up before them, spending an extra 30 minutes to just put in some preparation. So some of that time that you're searching Amazon or social media or whatever, give yourself 15 minutes to tune into your little ones or your big ones and see what they want and what they need, and then provide that. And then let it go. And then walk out of it and let them have fun on that on their own. So that's my little piece. I am now going to go back to doing mommy's work because Alexander's work is done. You guys have a fantastic day. Peace.